Coming back. I don't even know what episode this is right now.
This is episode to be determined.
Yeah, exactly.
Episode 8, episode 7, something like that.
Well, what's going on, player?
I don't know. This is just your daily episode of the Head Start podcast.
I
Weekly
know.
episode, I should say.
Weekly.
Daily? Could you imagine?
Except,
I don't
dude,
like you
and
fuckers
some of those
enough.
guys are going crazy with it, too. They're doing it, like, every day.
Yeah, dude. I could not do it every day. That would,
I mean, I think the guys we're referring to, though, like, they're either entrepreneurs and they have the time to do it.
yeah, they're like, this is their sole dedication.
Right.
It's their purpose in life.
No, dude, I was just looking up, I was on social media the other day. Did you see that Jake Paul, I fucking hate bringing the Logan brothers into this, or the Paul brothers into this stupid shit, but you see Jake Paul fucking, I guess, got some hit out on him by, like, the Irish mob because of the video he posted of...
Jake Paul. So which one is the one that's more popular? Is that Jake Paul or Logan Paul? They're both pretty
I
fucking
don't
famous.
know. Let's go to Instagram and see.
Oh, we're going to get into the official Instagram. So just so you guys know, if you want to see how popular you are, fucking look at your followers. It's not over fucking 75 million. You're a piece of shit.
Well, because I think, I mean, obviously, duh, but I also feel like in terms of, like, influencers, that is the dictator of, like...
Yeah, I feel like Jake Paul is one I've heard more about.
So 14.3.
Jake Paul, 14.3 for the record.
Oh, 18.8 for Logan.
Versus 18.8. So Logan Paul is a more famous one.
Yeah.
He's the one fighting Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul.
Yeah, did you
I'll
see
be
did you
accurate.
see this video?
I haven't seen any of this.
Yo, check this out. I'm showing him a video that Jake Paul posted on his Instagram, and he was just literally blatantly shitting on Conor McGregor and his, like, wife, and just, like, I guess now.
He has an Irish flag over his shoulders.
Yeah.
Talking shit.
And I guess now he is, like, getting some hit outs of being, like, kidnapped by the Irish mob or something.
All for clout.
I don't know how real that is, but
Clout chasing.
That's me because you don't want to lose to a fucking YouTuber. You're 0-1 as a boxer. I'm 2-0 as a boxer. I just came up with the 8th biggest pay-per-view event in history. But you want to fight
The
Dustin
8th
Poirier,
biggest.
who has less followers on Instagram than my fucking
Poirier,
dog.
Dustin Poirier.
And Dana White, you're a fucking pussy too. Ugly fucking bald bitch. You said there's 0% chance of the
Oh
fight
my
happening.
God.
Fucking pussy. Connor, you're scared. Dana, you're scared. Sign the fucking contract, you idiot. Jesus fucking Christ. Iron bitch.
now
Wow.
when you go to his followers
Jake Paul's
or who he's
mad.
he's following Dee Devlin, which is McGregor's wife, and Savannah Montano, which is Dylan Dennis, which is I think McGregor's jiu-jitsu coach or
For real.
grappling, some wrestling.
His wife.
Yeah, it's his girlfriend or wife or whatever too. So now he just follows both of them.
Ruthless.
And I'm like, dude, you guys are
Absolutely
fucking
ruthless.
nuts. But yeah, so that's happening. I really hope it does. I mean, obviously they're doing this because they're obviously making a lot of money too. I just saw that supposedly if the fight happens with Jake Paul and McGregor, that Jake Paul would end up somehow winning, like, I don't know, $40 million. But you know that McGregor,
Cash, cash, cash.
you know McGregor would probably be enticed with that offer because when I think of McGregor and I think of Floyd, they're always the ones that are like for the bag.
I mean, he said 8th largest in pay-per-view history, so I mean, numbers
I
don't
know.
lie.
And they said that if you actually Google Dana White, the UFC, or Conor McGregor, like Jake Paul's the first thing that pops up.
I wouldn't even doubt it.
It's fucking nuts. Well, regardless of that, that's a shitty fucking way to start this because fuck the Jake and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
But all right, week review. How was your week, dog?
So my week was pretty good. I learned that I fucking hate Logan Paul just a little bit more than I hate Jake Paul based on Instagram followers.
Right.
But it's pretty good. I mean, still at my new job. It's going pretty good. I mean, today we got a little lit at work.
Yeah.
A little thirsty Friday.
Is that pretty casual?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Nice.
I mean, it's a good time working at a cannabis company. I feel like everyone's just kind of with it
Laid
in the sense
back.
of, yeah, no, super laid back. Everyone kind of gets that you can still have fun and use your casual alcohol or whatever you want to use.
Straight
And
up.
not like, have it be contradictory to, your work performance. But no, it's been a bitchin' time. We're actually in Seattle right now, so we just went down to Olympic Structure Park, and they just have a bunch of like different structures, different sculptures, and we just kind of walked around. And it's right on the water, so it's fucking gorgeous too.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, no, definitely. Gotta check out Olympic Park. Shout out.
Yeah, how do you like being super close to work now too?
Dude, if you have a commute to work, honestly, next time you're driving, just close your eyes on the highway, go 60, and just until you hit something, because that shit sucks ass.
Dude, I was actually driving to work
That's my
because
advice.
I work in Tukwila and we live in Westlake, so it's like a 20-minute drive. But when I was driving to work the other day, I mean, what time was that? Like 5 o'clock, and it was completely stopped. I was going 3 miles an hour, and there were people in the carpool lane, and then you saw like the WSDOT truck go by with lights going off.
What's WSTOD?
Washington State Department of Transportation.
Okay.
And they like have trucks that'll go out there and just like help out whenever a crash happens or something.
Right.
And all of a sudden these cars are like, it's like I'm in the lane close to the carpool. We have cars that are literally like this close to me because they're trying to get over, and they can't merge because there's no way to get over. And these cops are just flying by. Probably, I mean, it took me like 45 minutes to get to work at 5 in the morning, which obviously is a sign. And as soon as that happened, I finally get up there. I don't see a single car. I don't see the cops. I don't see the transportation. And I was like,
so all you guys were just stopping because there was one fucking car.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what it was. I was like, how did this add like 50 more minutes or 25 more minutes? And I have no idea how or what happened.
That's why I don't like commuting, because sometimes you have no reason why it's so slow. A lot of time you get up there and it's just people that want to crawl by the traffic scene or the whatever the crash scene, and so I just want to crawl past it.
Well, and what I saw too, when I used to live in Olympia and drive up here, that was probably like an hour and 15 to work every day, and like an 8-hour day turns into like a 12-hour day, and it just is so draining. I give props to people who commute far for like a family or financial reasons, like, because it's brutal. But the amount of times when I drive from Olympia and I'd see a crash or something, you would just see all these cars slow down and look at the crash and add so much more time to the traffic as well. I'm like, why don't you just go the same speed and then look?
Yeah.
But then obviously people are terrible drivers, so.
All right, quick question. Fuck one, kill one, marry one. Bin Laden, Hitler, your boss. I'm talking to you.
Bin Laden, Hitler, my boss.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no girl added in that scenario, so I don't know if I want to answer
You're
that.
just a straight.
Yeah, we're straight. I don't know.
Okay, so first of all, the only reason why I asked that is because I was recently watching The Office. It just happened to be the classic, legendary, all-time episode where it's between Toby, Hitler, and Bin Laden. He asked Michael Scott, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Oh, he goes, you have 3 bullets.
Yeah,
what do
you
you
have
do?
3 bullets.
You have 3 bullets. What do you want to do? He's like, I shoot Toby in the head 3 times.
Dude, I saw it too.
And that's how I feel when fucking there's bad drivers. I just want to fucking see every bad driver and shoot them 3 times in the forehead. Not to be aggressive. Anyway, that's full circle for you guys.
Well, I mean, to get off that negative concept. So
Murder is a
no,
negative
dude.
concept?
You brought up the other day when we were talking about work that you were doing. You brought up kratom. You want to describe that to the audience if they don't know what it is?
So kratom is a plant that's indigenous to like Southeast Asia, like Malaysia, Indonesia, somewhere in that area. It's basically a tree, and it's an extract that's extracted through like carbon extraction, and basically it's like a powder, and it's legal right now in the U.S. and it's basically like a low dose Adderall, but you have to eat quite a bit. You have to eat like 2 grams just to like feel anything.
Seems like a lot though, too.
It's a lot to do, but the thing is, it's a quick relief. It's just like gets you a good buzz, but the only thing is, it's about to be illegalized, like banned, because people are just worried about the way that humans are going to use it, and the fact that if you use it for a certain amount of time and then you decide to quit it, you have bad physical withdrawals. And so it's really not a dangerous thing besides the fact that it causes nausea, and that's enough to get it banned just because of the way that people use it. So point being, if you want to fucking use drugs, use them casually, but you don't have to go so ham.
So you know how like
it's kind of all about perception. It's whether people want to perceive the way that humans are going to use their drugs.
So I guess that ties into, so if there's all these withdrawals from kratom, and you know how there's all these withdrawals from the prescriptions that doctors will give out, and like that ties into just like the individuals who want to smoke weed, and they say that they don't get like the individuals who have like PTSD or something, they take like all these different substances, and then like as soon as they don't take them, they have like the withdrawals. But like with weed, they can smoke and they don't have the withdrawals, and it still takes care of the issue that they're dealing with mentally.
Yeah.
You think kratom could be considered more of like a weed prescription, to where like it's helpful in that regard, or do you think it's like the prescription drugs that doctors actually prescribe, and like as soon as you stop, literally it's like fucking you're getting withdrawals?
It's hard to say, because now there's just so much politics in drugs that now that kratom's blowing up and it's wants to be publicly consumed, now it's going to be something that's heavily regulated just because it's something that is in the public eye. So from that standpoint, it's super similar to weed in the sense of it can have super good properties and things that can be helpful for you, but not maybe necessarily in the way that the government may perceive as a positive impact. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to be what is it? The class stage 2 drug or class 2 drug. I feel like it's gonna be something that's a controlled substance. But for now, go to your local vape shops, get that shit in bulk, because it's pretty solid.
I feel like also too, I don't know, like
It just kind of it's kind of just paints a grander picture in the sense of drugs and recreational drugs as far as pharmaceutical drug use on the, the federal level, in the sense of if it's not regulated federally, then most of the time it's just going to be illegal federally, because it's just easier to control. It's easier to control a controlled substance when you have control over it. And so check that out for size.
I'm definitely interested to see how Oregon does with the legalization of like MDMA. I think
Yeah, well, the
cocaine.
whole thing with that is it didn't necessarily legalize it in Oregon; it just decriminalized drug use. So the money that would be going towards the jail systems is going to actually go towards rehabilitation of drug users rather than criminalization of drug use. And
Ooh,
drug
I did
users.
not know that.
So, in a roundabout way, they're not decriminalizing. They're not legalizing it. They're just decriminalizing, which has a lot of different connotations of it.
Right.
I don't really know the way that police officers are going to interpret it. I don't think they're going to be like, see someone shooting out and be like, hey, you're okay, keep doing it. Like, it's not going to be like that.
Right. I mean, because obviously, like in a prescription-based level, MDMA and cocaine are actually legal. I'm pretty sure. I guess that's a really bad fucking statement to make.
No, they're
but-
legal. So if you guys want some coke, just
Well, no, because like I'm pretty sure MDMA is treated for patients with PTSD and
Yeah,
same with microdosing too, and like some cocaine. It's, I mean, I don't, if it's very minimal amounts, does that mean that it's like, oh, time for my prescription, and they just like line up a line?
I don't think that cocaine is legalized. I think it's a controlled substance.
Let me look.
Because I remember that. Yeah, I don't think that, but I don't know. This is the suspense. Yo, check me out.
We'll go to the DEA, see if that's. No,
It's like a
lot.
Christmas. It's like a fuck. He goes to the DEA's website. It's like a Christmas themed just methamphetamine.
Let me rephrase this better.
Where'd you?
I don't even know. Is cocaine?
Federally legal.
No, it's definitely not. Treated. Wait. Do patients get treated with cocaine? All right. Well, clearly, I don't think so, because these are all rehab. Cocaine toxicity. Yeah, I'm not. Okay.
I'm gonna go with a no.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but I guarantee you, MDMA has to be treated with PTSD or treated for PTSD. MDMA assisted therapy for PTSD edges closer. I guess maybe not yet, but I don't know. It's also pretty crazy though that like people are getting, I don't know, Xanax and all this shit for prescriptions.
No, and that's the thing. It's like it's all about control. Because Xanax is something that's kind of like not really like a popular street drug these days. Or like things like downers like that. Like they're popular, but not in the sense of like they're not party drugs. Like, party drugs are always going to be illegalized.
Yeah, I also feel like the perception of how people see drugs is very altered. Like, you remember how they say weed was a gateway drug?
Yep.
It's like, I would assume that like 75% of the individuals who assume that have probably never smoked or dabbled in other substances, which is fair because like I'm not saying you have to, but it's like
But do you?
there's a different perception to it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, if you do, comment in our videos and.
No, but on a real note, real fucking shit. No, exactly. People that are like afraid of it, they view these as like massive vices or like things that are, it's just the demonizing of drugs. That's all it is. It's such a basic fucking marketing plan. Demonize something, so then it's just so simple.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm for it because I feel like I would think that the decriminalization of drugs would do something to end the drug war that we have going on in America. But obviously, I'm not the one to fucking talk about that. I'm an idiot. So that's just obviously my take on it.
No, I like your take.
It's also influenced though by the people you listen to. So like, we obviously have our own we have our own, what am I trying to say, like unique personalities, and like we'll follow who we like to watch. So
Yeah.
like, all right, so the views are kind of biased in regards to that, but there's always a couple people, like a handful of people that you'll know.
Well, perception is reality.
Right, but it's Yeah, I guess it's just like the biggest thing is I don't think people perceive drugs the way that they should be, and I don't know if there's a right way to perceive drugs though. So
This is how we're gonna get the message across.
yeah, they're gonna tune in and be like, you know what, these guys know what's
Holy
going
shit!
on.
Now that I was blind.
Now that I listen to the Head Start podcast, I know exactly what's going on.
so it's like a head start, like you're what does that even mean?
I mean, I think soon enough, once we do enough episodes, we're gonna have our masters and PhD from this podcast.
I think so. I think this is gonna be our thesis.
I think so. I think it should work out though.
Manipulated 36 people on YouTube.
I know. You know what is a crazy topic though?
Huh.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
You know, it'd be crazy to fucking see those. No way.
That's my.
Hey, do a
Dude,
pterodactyl.
I can't right now.
Pterodactyl?
I don't have the juice right now. You guys want to fucking see it?
Dude, it's gonna be so loud. I feel like I gotta back up.
Oh,
Where's
no,
the?
no. So this is the echo. So make your dinosaur noise.
You gotta flap the wings and be like. That's like a crying baby, but it's fine.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
You sound like you need a nipple in your mouth. You're like, well, that is also a fact.
I mean, if it happens, I guess it happens, but definitely not from Hitler, Osama bin Laden, or fucking my boss.
So dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Take it away.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Favorite dinosaur? I'm not gonna go T-Rex because that make me a grade A bitch, or a raptor. So I'm gonna go Velociraptor, which is the same thing as a raptor, but they're a little smaller and they're a little more they're a little more militarized, right?
I think so.
Velociraptors. That's a hard ass dinosaur.
I think Tyrannosauruses,
What are the friendly ass ones? The tree eaters? What are they called?
hippies.
Hippies. Giraffes actually just smoke fucking weed all day. So very clearly. Hippie dinosaurs, is that what you looked up?
I know. I looked up Tyrannosaurus, Tyrannosaurus. You know what those are?
Yeah.
Like the fucking
T-Rex.
hippo-looking. What are the hippo-looking ones?
I don't know. Tyrannosaurus Rex is a T-Rex, though.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look at videos or images.
The
This
ones
thing.
Rhinosaurus? Is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. But like, look at the name of this. I didn't think that was the actual name. That looks like that Triceratops.
Oh, Triceratops. Yeah, Triceratops are hard as fuck.
All right, who do you think would win a Triceratops? Oh yeah, those things are fucking
hard as
mean,
fuck.
dude.
They got that mean ass fucking face.
All right, who do you think would win in a fight, Triceratops or a fucking full-blown silverback gorilla?
I thought you were gonna say like, or Precious. I was gonna say you're a fucking monster. Or
Or
Precious.
Precious?
Yeah, dude. That's a thick ass broad.
You know what I wish I could see? I wish someone was fucking there to record like a Planet Earth of dinosaurs, and we would just see them fucking brawl. I would pay so much money for that. We could reenact that,
Let's do it right
like
now.
cosplay.
Dude, Saturday Night Live skit?
I think we could.
Like cosplay? I do not want to see us cosplaying dinosaur fucking fighting.
No, I don't either.
Because I would fucking kick your ass.
You kicked my ass in Madden earlier.
Dude, Kyler Murray, shout out to the boy.
Mm-mm. I was so whack.
Shout out Kyler Murray.
I know.
He was Philip Rivers, who has like, what, 17 kids?
I know. Dude, how do you feel? Who do you think's gonna go to the ship this year for NBA? Kind of hard to tell. It's pretty early, but
I'd probably say the Blazers. Portland Trail Blazers.
really, or you just wanted to?
I mean, if you can dream it, you can see it.
That's
'Cause
fair.
I don't know how the fuck that saying is, but if you can dream it, you can be it. That sounds right. That felt right. I don't know. LeBron James, the Lakers, stacked, and now this is a
No.
sports podcast. The way that LeBron dribbles the basketball is so ideal. He just has the perfect.
Sometimes the commentators piss me off though.
Dude, they'll be like, dude, the fucking, okay, this is something I really want to get off my chest for a long ass time. You're watching a fucking, sports event, like you're watching the Kansas City Chiefs versus Oakland Raiders football. Okay? Patrick Mahomes throws a 50-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill. It'll be like, first slot wide receiver in the last 13 years to have 20 completions of 15 or more yards through the air
Yeah.
before contact. It's like, motherfucker, so he caught a ball? It's like, these stats just blow my fucking mind into pieces. Who
Oh,
works on
dude,
this?
they have stats that are probably like, this is the first QB who's 300 pounds with 4 passes in the first half that actually went above 7.5 yards. You're like, what's
Dude.
the accuracy?
If you went to fucking Cal Berkeley and studied data analytics for 4 years and got your master's degree, and then you got a job with the NFL, and now you fucking tell me how many yards before contact Tyreek Hill catches, you're a fucking bum.
When you were younger,
That's not
what was your dream goal? Did you ever want to be a commentator when you were younger? Like, when you were young and you have like all these, I want to be the owner of like the
I did
Seahawks
not
or
want to be a
something.
commentator. Did you want to be a commentator? You got the voice.
No, but I will say, everyone always says I have the voice for like radio. And
Give me your best radio voice. Come on, say, Hello, this is the Head Start podcast, and I'm here to let you suck my cock.
Hello, this is the Head Start podcast, and I'm ready for you to suck my cock.
What?
No,
that's all I could come up with.
I was at a bar, and I was sitting at a table. I think I was with my family. I was down in Olympia, and there were these, I don't know, it was like two couples at the table right next to us, and this was before COVID, so I don't know, we're probably sitting 3-4 feet apart, really not that far apart. And I ended up leaving because we were about to dip out, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to take a leak real quick. So I walked back inside. And when I was leaving, once I left the bathroom, I was about to head out the door again. The guys that were right next to us were just like, hey, by the way, sorry to interrupt you. And I was like, what's going on? And they were like, what do you do for a living? And I was like, oh, I do HVAC. And they were like, oh, your voice would be perfect for like radio. And I was like, I'd be lying if that wasn't the first time I ever heard that. But I can't imagine doing radio. I think radio's going definitely out of
it's
view,
dying,
and that's why
yeah.
podcasts. That's why it worked out. Because, I mean, I also lean into the mic every time I talk. When my voice is so deep, I could probably just like lean back.
Talking to the mic, dude.
Even in high school, I mean, the teachers would like just be like, they would just call me out in the middle of class and be like, Kyler, you gotta realize it doesn't matter how fucking quiet you whisper. My fucking desk is rumbling. I know when you're talking, and I was like, damn it, man.
My desk is rumbling.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like an earthquake, dude.
Yeah, so...
No,
dude,
dude,
apparently we had an earthquake today. My
Bro.
coworker was saying, I guess, that
Dude,
like...
I fucking had a dream last night that I was in an earthquake.
Dude, do you write down dreams?
No.
Someone told me, I don't know if it was on this
I
podcast.
think that's hard. I heard
when
it's
you-
kind of like fictitious. Like you're kind of like making it up as you're writing it. It's hard to like recall.
Dude, I don't know, but I don't know if it was on this podcast or what, but someone I remember saying to me was like, if you write... Oh, maybe it was Mari. If you write down your dreams, you start to get more vivid dreams, and they start to become like crazier.
Oh, maybe she did say that. I think she may have said that.
That
I don't
would-
know,
that would
maybe
be-
we're misquoting, but I think I may have heard that.
That's seems interesting. Like
Sounds
it
legit to me.
sounds like an interesting concept to write it down. You would just get more vivid dreams, but at the same time, like I used to take in college, I really was just like I couldn't go to sleep mentally because I was like I need weed or I need like melatonin,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I take melatonin though, dude, my shit was fucked up. I
When you
was
took
like-
melatonin?
yeah, it would always give me the most wildest sleeping situations, and I'm sure it ended up being like a part of like a sleeping pattern too, because you know like how you sleep better when you're on
Yeah.
the same routine, but.
Definitely. No, for me, like if I don't take melatonin, I'll probably just like I don't know. My sleeps are just super restless. But when I take melatonin, I feel like I can fall asleep fast. But yeah, no, it doesn't really get you to that like deep REM sleep.
Right.
So you're just kind of like hovering above that, and so I feel like you still have to like your body still has to do a lot of work.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure if you smoke melatonin, well, if you smoke, take
Smoke melatonin. You actually smoke it like crack.
If you
So-
smoke, take melatonin or like drink or like any substance, I don't think you physically hit your REM sleep. But you were just telling me you got a whoop strap coming your way soon.
Oh yeah. Whoop.
And I've had one for I think a month now, and it's so crazy to like.
Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police.
It's so crazy to like
So loud.
when you wake up. I mean, I'm also used to having an Apple Watch, so like it's nice not being like connected all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But at first, I thought it was super interesting. But I gave it to my dad. My dad's been fucking loving it, and so like it's super cool. He gets excited. He'll text me like,
I walked 0.6 miles last week.
"No, dude." He was like, "Dude, I filled out my rings, and now I moved the
Oh, yeah.
caloric goal to 600 to 1,000." I'm like, "Dude, that's awesome." So like,
That's what's up.
I appreciate that scene of fitness watches, but I like how this is just straight up. It's like slick. I mean, you can get different watch bands and everything, but like black's obviously
Yeah.
pretty simple. And I'm excited for you to get it because we can compare. And like when you go to the app too, and like say you have like a couple beers, like we had a couple beers last night. I woke up, my recovery was at like 50%. And I was like, God damn it! I was like, I
Oh,
need
you
that
think
shit.
it? You think it tracked it?
Oh, it does. I'll show you. I think you can show. I think you can see previous.
We're now entering the paid portion of our
I know,
podcast.
right? If you were to compare it, I don't know if you can actually see. Oh yeah, days. So last night. Oh, I was at 61%. So if you want to see a really bad one, let's go to like Wednesday the 2nd. There was
1%.
I
Did
had
you take off your watch?
no. I was drinking and I was hanging out with someone, and it was 3:00 in the morning. And I had to wake up at 4:30 for work. Woke up at 4:37.
You dirty dog.
And then as soon as I woke up, I was like, well, it's fucking... If I'm expected to be at work, I'm going to be there. I don't really...
hour and 19 minutes of sleep.
Yeah, and then I ended up going to... I got home from work. It was like 1:50. Took a nap for 2 hours and 7 minutes. and my shit was at 1%, and my strain was at 14. And I guarantee you, I'm gonna have a higher strain than you every goddamn day you got the whoop strap. But that's out of this portion.
Yeah.
But I saw that 1%, and like you see it, and it just hits you, and you're like, damn, like I could do something to benefit that, and like make it better. So it's just like kind of interesting to see it, and like after listening to there was a Joe Rogan podcast where he talks about sleep. Like I realized the importance of sleep, but because supposedly every day that you're awake, or like every hour of sleep that you don't hit, you're like already producing cancerous cells. This came from a doctor on Joe Rogan's podcast. That honestly is kind of a weird tactic to say, also, because like it's the same thing when you're
You
talking.
don't sleep, you get cancer.
Yeah, when you're talking about food too, and they're like saying, "Oh, lunch meat can give you cancer now." It's like, okay, something's gonna kill you regardless.
Yeah.
So like, don't trip.
Over your deli meat.
Right. That's why I think it's important to live in the present now. I mean, obviously, I say that and try to preach it, but like, there's some days where I'm really good at it, living in the present, and some days
Yeah.
it's really bad. But
Some days are harder than others.
dude, they call it a present because it's a gift.
And that's what we call a bar.
We'll start that next time. Maybe we can start each episode with like a
Oh, a fat quote.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I was thinking of this one. It was, no, I don't have anything. I have absolutely nothing. But we should definitely do that. That'd be a good little segment to do. Are you looking up quotes now?
No, I'm just writing down each episode. Start with a quote,
Mm.
and we could just either make it funny, you can make it fucking anything we want, honestly. Because like
Oh, I got
you
one
know how
right
like
here.
initially, hold up, actually no, go for it.
Okay, this is it. Yeah, your whip cool, my whip cleaner. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is a dog on Twitter, dude. You see some of the shit he posts?
No.
I don't have Twitter, but I see it on.
You should see his Twitter. I mean, I don't have Twitter.
No, I actually deleted. So
It's not on BuzzFeed.
I deleted Twitter. I don't know, probably earlier this year, because that humor is super like relates to me a lot, and I just spend too much time on it.
Oh no, yeah, Twitter is my life.
So like, but the good thing about it though is like when someone tells me something that they saw on Twitter or something like that, it's like it's always funnier. And I don't know if you're ever in this situation, but like when you're like, oh, I found this funny thing, let me show you, or let me send it to you over a DM, and it's on like Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
Not Facebook, who the fuck DMs on Facebook? But you do something like
The
that,
real fucking
and
one.
they're like, I've seen that already, and you're like, why do I exist?
Dude, my girlfriend sends me so many things, and sometimes, oh wait, she's not gonna watch this because she hates me, but no, I will. She'll send me something on Instagram, and I'll be like, oh, that was super cool when I saw it last week.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, because like I had some friends in college who, and I'm sure you have too. I always try to, and to me, to go back to living in the present, for me to fully understand living in the present, I always have to get off social media that much, and that's why I put, with the new update on like the iPhone, that's why I put like the screen time right where my social media apps are. Cause I'm like, oh, I could eliminate a little bit of time, and allows you to just like enjoy peace and quiet. But the amount of times I'd be like, yo, check this out, and they're like, oh yeah, like you definitely know when someone's just like fake laughing or like not trying to make you feel bad, so they're like, oh, that's funny.
I mean, yeah.
But
of
like
course.
nothing feels better than just showing someone something and they just get a
They
kick
just
out of
fucking
it,
bust
and
a
you're
gut.
like, yeah, boy.
When you get someone to bust a gut over video, show them, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm funny. I have a good sense of humor here. I don't know. It's just
I
like the little
know.
like mini like gratifications and mini interactions you have though. Like, or like, oh, that was so satisfying.
Right. Dude,
Definitely.
on a totally different topic too, you play Xbox a little bit, right?
Oh yeah.
I definitely go in like phases sometimes. Probably wintertime I probably play a lot more just because like summertime you're out doing some
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. The vibes are lower, so you're like, oh, I'll grind during the winter on these consoles.
But right. And I mean, shit. Now it's a good time to do it because a lot of things are closed. But you heard the game Cyberpunk?
Dude, my coworker was talking about that today.
You
She
know
said it
what's-
was dope.
It looks dope.
She said it was
But
awesome.
the things that I've been seeing from it is, one, PC is OP. Anything that you run on a PC is always going to be the best version of that game
Processors,
possible. I
yeah.
swear to God. They actually just took Cyberpunk off the PlayStation Network and are refunding everyone who bought it on the new PS5. Well, I think any PlayStation, because you know how like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, or the Xbox Series, the brand new one, whatever
Yeah,
it's called,
yeah. Next gen
how that's
consoles.
like the next gen console.
Yeah.
You know how we bought Call of Duty Cold War and they gave you the option to buy the standard version or the multi-generational
Yeah,
version?
no, definitely.
So Cyberpunk didn't do that, and supposedly on the old generation consoles, it is so fucking glitchy and so bad.
Also,
that
like
they're
on Xbox One would be ass.
yeah. So like on ours, it'd be terrible. And so, same with the PlayStation. They literally removed it from the whole server and are refunding everyone. And they're saying that the reason why it's this glitchy is because they didn't put that much time into it.
You're like, fuck you
Motherfucker, they
guys.
started this in 2014. The game devs started building this game in
So it
2014.
was built around those consoles. Oh, maybe they were just anticipating. I don't
Yeah,
know how that would
but
work.
at the I mean, I don't know what it goes into like for instance Call of Duty Cold War, like what goes into creating a game for old gen and new gen. I don't know anything about that shit. But what I'm saying is that's intense that like okay, I would think they probably threw it out this year because when the new generational consoles came out, COVID hit. I mean, those guys are probably good with money, like they don't need more, but like
Yeah.
they were like this is a good time to like spark it up and get some more revenue. They probably
Definitely
rushed it and now it's bad, but at the same time like I'll watch some like
Yeah.
Twitch videos of it and it's pretty cool. I think like you know how like there's always a theme of games that are very popular at one time, like recently it was like Battle Royale.
Yeah.
I feel like now it's starting to become like open world.
Oh,
So like
definitely.
I mean people are still playing GTA 5 like a motherfucker right now, which is cool. But like I don't know a whole lot of games, and I'm also not that big into the gaming scene. I don't know any other games that are like open world like that
Yeah,
as
I don't
opposed
know.
to Cyberpunk.
I don't know, like, yeah, exactly. What are open world that are, like, still played a lot, aside from GTA? Like, you said that, and I was like, obviously. Have you seen the next gen for GTA, though?
Oh, is it pretty
Fucking
sick?
bananas, dude. Like, they were showing the...
Like GTA 6 or like GTA 5 refurbished?
GTA 5 refurbished, and it was, who's the main character in GTA 5? Marcus? He's a
The
black
black guy?
Yeah.
Marcus.
So,
I think so.
his fucking character on the next gen is ridiculous. It looks like advanced like NBA 2K graphics for his face, and they showed the original like PlayStation or whatever his face was on. It was like squiggly lines, and the next one was just like completely like sweat on his face. You're like, what the hell?
Old gen to new gen is like Android to iPhone.
Cannot wait to go to the strip club in GTA 5.
I'm gonna get a quick glass of whiskey. You want one?
Yeah, I'll take one. So let's just take a trip down memory lane. Okay, so the year is 1995. Okay, I was born the next year. Let's fast forward to 2003. So the year is 2003, okay? Oh, wait, no, let's go to 2001. So it's a NBA Western Conference Finals matchup between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay. Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. If you don't know who they are, then just turn off the podcast. Versus the Blazers with Rasheed Wallace and his crew. Oh, shit, yeah. I don't know. I don't. So, oh yeah, I'll take that. So what happens in the course of the game is the Lakers fucking come back. They're down by like 50 points. Okay, so the Lakers are down by 20 points as we refocus the story. They're playing the game, gets to the fourth quarter, which is the last quarter in basketball, and fucking make this fat comeback against Portland Trail Blazers, the hometown team, and they win. Point of the story is, don't ever fucking give up. That's it. And now we welcome back Kyler. I just choked.
I'm gonna go off that. Never give up. Honestly, it's cliche as shit, but honestly, it may seem slow. You gotta fucking trust the what is it? What short-term process
You
or
gotta trust the
long-term
process. Trust the process.
You gotta trust the long-term process because, like, even though, shit, I can just compare it to me losing weight or something like that. It's like I was feeling so good a while ago because I was down some pounds. I'm gonna hype myself up real quick since last year. I'm 80 pounds lighter.
Oh, that was so fucking cool.
Yo.
Hell yeah.
80 pounds lighter,
That's
and it's just
smooth.
crazy because it's like, okay, for
That's
instance,
what's
the
up, though.
perception of food, it's just like, you always want to, like, your mind always puts boundaries on whatever you're trying to do, and your mind always makes it worse than it actually is. Because, like, when I first started dieting, or, like, I don't like the word dieting because it always shows you you're going to, like, eat less in general.
Yeah.
But when I was changing my food intake, I was
Changing your lifestyle.
yeah, I was like, this is so difficult. I was like, why would I want to like eat this shit all the time when I could eat like pizza and wings or something? And then like you start eating like that and you're like, okay, literally the food that you eat changes the mindset that you have. So it'd be easier or harder to pursue a certain situation that you're trying to get a better outcome out of.
Yeah.
And it's like, as soon as you get that high of like I'm pretty sure this is a fucking Tumblr quote from like fucking middle school, but I'm pretty sure they're like, nothing feels I don't even know how it is. It's like nothing feels as good as like eating clean. That doesn't sound right though. Nothing feels better than like because you know like the high you get from eating clean food. Like you actually get like a little buzz from
No,
it.
definitely. You're
It's-
like, oh, that's kale Caesar.
Yeah, so it's like
God fucking. I'm sorry.
if you keep
I
doing that, it's
apologize.
gonna keep pausing it, which is fair. But I'm just saying like
Dude, my earlobes are not good for AirPods.
that's fair.
They never have been.
Dude, actually, yeah, a lot of people say because I have the old generation or the first timer AirPods, whatever. So they're like the AirPod or the headphones you would get when you used to buy like iPhones.
What's wireless?
No, just like the ones the way these look, they just fit in your earlobe. And the new AirPods that they have, like the AirPods Max or something,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like the buds that
Yeah.
actually fit in. And like I like the buds, but a lot of people say that they can't work out with the old generation of AirPods, and I'm just like,
When I see
maybe
someone
my
on a
ears
treadmill,
fit.
no, yeah, when I see someone on a treadmill and they're running, I'm like, what the fuck? How do they do that? Because I remember I used to have the ones with the cord, and when I would put those in and I would run, like, it didn't matter what I did, they're falling out of my ear. Like, my earlobe is just not, like, commensurate with
No,
a
that's fair.
fucking
A lot of
earphone.
people have that issue
Dude,
too,
it's
and like
ridiculous.
I used to hate these types of headphones, like when you first get the iPhone, but now it's like, I mean, clearly you've seen like I'll run with
Yeah.
it too, and it's like fine. We should also hit a run tomorrow if you're down.
I mean, I work at 1 o'clock.
Could run it.
It's going to be I can't commit to that.
It's fair.
That commitment is something I cannot do.
I'll just throw these headphones on and we can
The
run.
over-the-ear ones, dude. We could just run down the street with some beats. When I go on runs, I have my over-the-ear beats on, and I'm like, fuck the haters.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I have to do.
Dude,
'Cause
that
for me, the over-the-ear just works way better. And also, it's cold outside, keeps my ears warm.
so this might. I don't like running with like over the ear headphones, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it. But when I'm heavier, or like I'm heavier, obviously than you, so like when I run, it's a lot more jolting, and I think like it jolts more, and like it'll like slip down forward or backwards.
Yeah, I don't know. I just put them on kind of snug, and I just kind of get after it. Like, when I have the headphones on over the ear, I can space out so well. This is a little debate. Just for different views.
It is, and like, I mean, now that we're going into wintertime too, I've been running with a beanie on, so like you kind of have like the security, so like it probably does something to keep them in too. But
Yeah.
I've been running with. Dude, I need a haircut so goddamn bad. Sometimes I wish I just still rock the buzz cut because I would just do it myself, but I can't. I look.
Dude, I used to rock the buzz in college.
Yeah.
And now, like, when I see my, like, photos of myself then versus now, I'm like, okay, regardless of the shape I was in, because I was, like, playing back, like, doesn't matter if I was in better shape, what the fuck was I doing?
It's just so easy to maintain.
And that's the thing, especially in Pullman, like, no one could cut my hair in Pullman. And Pullman, Washington
and-
is one of the whitest towns
And I'm noticing too
in the
because
USA.
my sister has mixed children,
Mhm.
and they have to go to like I didn't. I mean, I never had to think about it like this before, but like when they were first born, they're like, yeah, I have to find like a good barber for them, and I was like, why? And it's just literally because like black people's hairs are just different than like.
It's different hair.
I don't know what is it.
It's curler.
Is that literally what it is? Like
Yeah, it lays differently. It's just completely different. If you cut one kind of hair 90 times, it's like,
So then,
and
do
you
you?
cut different hair one time. I remember when I was in like elementary school, my next door neighbors, my best friend's next door neighbor was like trying to be a esthetician, and she wanted to like get into like, you know, being a hairstylist. And she would ask me if she could like practice on my hair, and I saw her cut my brother's hair, and I was like, no, bitch, you cannot. I was like, nah, not happening today.
So then, is the majority of barbers that you go to are they relatively black because they just know how the hair works, or is it still mixed?
I don't know. I mean, right now the guy I get my haircut by is a white guy, but he's like, most of his clients are black. Like, just because, like, I don't know, he's just really good at cutting hair.
Do you think you
'Cause
specialize in one or the other, or like?
No, this is, dude, an NBA barber will tell you they're like, white person's hair is so easy to cut. It's so hard to make it look bad. Like, I feel like a lot of times, like, people just, not necessarily even white people, like, people specifically want their hair to look exactly how they want it to look.
Right.
So that's always a trouble. But like, I feel like the standard that a black person is looking for with their hair is, I don't know, this is my perception of it, it's probably wrong, is generally higher. Like, I feel like haircuts are like, I don't know, like some people like you care about your haircut, like you want to make sure your shit looks nice.
Right.
But the amount of people that are like black and just let their shit go, it's like, it's more for like, I don't know.
Well, 'cause
I would say that barbershops though, or like if it's a black barbershop, it's easy to tell. If that's the
No, that's fair.
question. It's easy to tell.
I only ask because my mom's a cosmetologist, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom when we were younger. We have like a salon in my parents' house, so like that's how she made like the income from home. And I mean, shit, she's cut my hair ever since I was fucking born. And I had my dad. Oh my god, I had my dad cut my hair one time. You know how like you never want to start in the front because say you're going to someone who's new and like you don't know the right size or the whatever length you're trying to have on like the sides or something. You start in the back because it's easy to fix. Well, this motherfucker, I'm calling you out, started right in the center, and it was way too short.
Come on, bud.
We couldn't go back from that, and I'm gonna say that's my fault too because I thought I've never had to. I would just tell my
Like your
mom, be
line
like,
was
"Yo,
pushed back?
just give me what you normally give me." And
Yeah.
so my dad was like, "What do I give you?" And I was like,
Don't fuck me
I was
up.
like,
You fuck
this
you.
size, I think. And it was literally just the difference between we put a guard on, and you know how like a blade will raise on, and my mom has like nice clippers and
Like,
shit.
you know, it
'cause that
depends
was
on
like,
how you the pressure.
yeah, but like my mom, well, it's probably like normal clippers, but my mom has like clippers that like it's better than like ours.
Yeah.
Because she used to cut hair for a living, so
Right.
there's
yeah,
like
that's fair.
there's like a lever on the side that raises the blade just by itself, and I put it too low, and then he fucking sent it, and I was like, I look like a skinhead, so now I have to go with that. And then when I moved up here, I don't know, 2019, there's a barber right down the street, and I was like, oh, okay, like my mom was sick. I was like, I don't want to make you cut my hair, but like I need a haircut. This looks pretty bad. I was like, I don't know what to say though, because I don't know what size I've ever had. I just tell my mom like, yo, can I get the same shit I had before,
Yeah.
please? So I literally
Now I
went
know exactly
online.
what I want.
Yeah.
Now I know exactly how to say it to any barber.
I literally went online and I was like, hairstyles for men. And I look at it and I was like, oh, this is what I like. And I was like, walk in there and he's like, hey, what's up? How can I help
Send
you?
him give him a picture.
Dude, I literally was like, I don't
That's what-
know
that's
the
what-
size,
that's
but
what-
I just have a picture. Does that work? And he goes, dude, pictures are great. And I was like, oh, no way.
They're better.
And the vibe I got from like a barbershop was so cool.
Dude, no, my barbershop, like, it's a black barbershop, but like I would say even at a black barbershop in Seattle, 50% of the people there are white, because that's considered black.
Well,
right?
I think if you want to utilize the money, the income, you would want
Yeah.
to go to like a bunch of different
Yeah,
styles.
exactly. And so like you can't close yourself off to clientele, especially when 90% of the people living in a city are that clientele.
I guess yeah,
So-
with this city too, or
This
any
is
city,
Seattle, Washington.
like it'd be different for like Olympia, Washington, than like
Yeah.
Seattle, Washington. But
You gotta be diverse in your capabilities. Plus, it's your only fucking job. Like, come on. Like they grind. Like
that's
they
false.
work hard.
I feel like a lot of barbers, I could be very wrong, but a lot of barbers I think probably have other incomes too, because when
Not the
I went,
ones I go
because
to.
when I went to this one over here,
Yeah.
and this is just a personal experience, he was like, oh, what's that tattoo? And I showed it to him. He's like, where'd you get it? I was like, in Olympia. He's like, oh, which one? I told him the shop. He's like, oh, no shit, that's my best friend. And like his best friend tattooed me in Olympia, and I was like, do you do tats? And he was like, yeah, I do, but right now I'm just focused on like hair. This is before COVID.
Gotcha.
So then I was like, oh, like, are you getting back into it? He's like, yeah, I'm trying to get back into it. And so now he just tattoos out of his garage, which I don't know how legal that is.
Come and get your own.
Yeah, but I would
Got the
just,
$5.99 special.
I would think like if you're not a very popular like barbershop, I would say they probably, I don't know, tattoos or something that's like entrepreneurial type where they
Yeah.
like have another, what is it, perpetual income where like
Well, that's fair, but I feel like like good barbers, like it's hard to get unemployment. Like when I book my appointment, I have to book 2.5, 3 weeks out,
oh no way,
like straight up.
that's crazy.
Like he is so fucking busy, and it's $45 a haircut.
Oh my god, yeah, I did not
Like after tip and
realize
everything.
how
Like,
much I
I'm-
appreciated a free haircut. Holy
Dude,
fuck, dude.
Haircuts are so expensive, and like someone that has like curly hair, it's like my haircut, the way I like get it cut, it's mostly getting cut for the future because
How many times do you get a haircut in a month?
once, like I'll get a haircut every 3 weeks, but like a lot of times what happens is I'll get a haircut, I'll go 2 weeks without it, and then that like let's say it's Monday the third week, and I'm like, fuck, I need a haircut today. I look on there and it's like, oh, you can't get a haircut for 11 days, and I'm like, okay, so then I'll go a month without it. That's what happens a lot of times.
You still trying to? I don't know what it's called, but I thought you were trying to get those twisties. What was that called?
No, I cut my hair down. I fucking cut it down because I was like, right now with COVID, it's like, I'm not gonna go to a hairdresser. Like I'm not gonna go get it.
Oh, you have to
braided.
go. I thought you
Well,
said
I
your
mean,
sister did it.
She did it, but she's having those medical issues, so she cannot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so she literally can't.
Hopefully she's cool though.
Yeah. So now it's like I have to find someone to do it, but the person that does my mom's hair back home, she is not really doing hair. She's doing hair, but like she's not taking new clientele. Like it'd be a hassle more so. I don't know if she's taking new clientele, so I'm not gonna say she's not. But
Right.
Like,
Dude, if
it'd
you're-
just be a hassle for me to go all the way to Portland from Seattle.
I gotta meet your fam. I met your mom, obviously.
Yeah, bro. No, dude, my parents were up here for a little bit, but they were only up here for like a day. Oh, because we went to Whidbey Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
Dude, maybe one time we can just fucking send it to Portland or something.
yeah, dude,
And there's not much to do. Well, if they're okay with like the whole COVID shit, obviously. But
bro, come through Wednesday.
I'm gonna celebrate.
You can
Christmas.
celebrate Christmas at home.
Yeah.
We'll get you a stocking.
Dude, my
the whole
sister,
night.
my sister's coming home the Friday, the day after Christmas, which will be sick. If you want to, you can come down. Or
Dude,
something.
what if so Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday. So.
Is she gonna be in Olympia or here?
Oh my God, she's
Collision.
she's coming through the 26th through the 31st. So 26th is next Saturday
Yeah.
through the Thursday
So
after.
when are you coming back? Now we're just talking about whatever
Dude,
though.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna come back Saturday.
Saturday.
Either Saturday morning or Friday night. I would
Dude,
assume
How
Saturday.
gay does this sound? We could fucking.
You could stop.
We could stop in Olympia.
Dude, you could stop back. Yeah.
Yeah, easy. We could drive up. We could carpool up, just like fucking mob up together.
Yeah. Let's think about that.
It's not a bad
That'd be
idea. Because I drive right past like
Right.
I5. I drive
Mhm.
on I5.
And I've also realized too after moving up here and like seeing how close I was in the freeway
sorry.
from the freeway like in Olympia. That is such a key thing to like have wherever you buy a spot,
Freeway
apartment,
access.
or house is freeway access.
No, because you
Dude,
ever drive 25
we are
miles to
so
the freeway,
close to the freeway
it's
here,
clutch.
even though it takes a fucking minute. Because
Yeah.
what is it? Mercer Street is ridiculous.
Fucking shout out Seattle for the goddamn traffic.
I don't know. Do you think you'll renew like a lease here? Do you think you'll like live in this spot that we're at currently until you, I don't know, move in with someone else, or like a special someone, or like
I would probably say it would take that. I would say, because it's just a good location. It's
It's a
reasonably
good
priced. I
location.
work 3 minutes away. It took
Right.
me a couple days ago. I got home from work in 3 minutes. Like I called my mom and I fucking was driving and I pulled up home and I was like, I called her as I was pulling out of the parking lot. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I hit every light.
that's solid.
3 minutes and 20 seconds. I was like, that's fucking gross. Like I couldn't walk to the fucking anywhere. I could like it takes me 3 minutes to walk to Lions.
I also feel like right now too, we pay pretty much damn near close to a mortgage. So like by the time we get an actual house and pay a mortgage, we're like,
No,
oh, this
dude.
is easy.
No, seriously. Like
this is easy money right
if
now.
we were in Vancouver, our rent together, we would be a couple.
Dude, you brought this up one of the last
We would be making a
podcasts. You
mortgage
literally
payment.
brought up the like $400 rent in Pullman, and I go, you have never been so right. That is
$400, and I was like, that's steep.
I know, dude.
I remember being like, oh, I can't pay
Dude,
$450 for the bigger room.
And we thought Kukowski
Fuck
like
you.
$700 was a lot. I'm
Yeah.
like, give me that shit right now,
Yeah, no
dude.
shit.
Fucking A. Nah, it's the experience. So like, obviously, manage your money. I think it's important, but at the same time, like everyone's dealing with their own shit too, and like money goes different ways. But it's also just like when you live on your own, like you just know how to like manage your money better. So like,
Yeah.
do you really need this takeout every day, or do you need that coffee, whatever it may be? I don't know. It's cool though, and I mean, kind of want to live it up too, because at the same time, like, when's the next time you're gonna live right next to a body of water with a view like ours?
Seriously, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, okay, yeah, we're paying a
Ooh.
decent amount of money, but it could be a lot worse. And also the perks of this, it's like
Right.
they're real life tangible perks. Like I know that I love looking at that view.
Maybe.
Tangible. You know, don't fucking get out of somewhere that you can't afford, like fiscally, because that's just gonna make you regret it.
But
But
dude,
if you
most
can afford it, you know, fucking
most
live up.
people will like, and this is what's crazy to me. Like, you know how people. I mean, I'm
People
I'm
overpay, yeah.
victimized to it too. Though you want to impress people.
Yeah.
Now, like if you're in a relationship, it's a little bit different because you just want to impress like one person. But like even to your guy
You're
friends,
gonna
you still
say
want
it.
to impress them.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me if someone's making like $50,000 a year and they literally buy a car that's like $25,000. I'm like, how do you like? What is?
Like fiscally, how do you think?
What
buy
do you?
that?
But it's because they want a car. I mean, dude, I told you I was looking at a fucking Porsche the other day.
Yeah.
Or not a Porsche, a Jaguar.
Jaguar. It was a Jaguar.
And like
Jaguars
that,
are fresh though.
that would have been sick. But like at the same time, I'm
Do
like,
can I afford to afford this?
it's
know?
see that's
'Cause
the
you
thing.
can,
It's that's the
but-
thing. I could have afforded it, but I was like, but I have a car that works totally fine. I just don't like it. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And I think
Tough.
it's also like I don't know, probably the way you were raised too. Because I think you and I were probably raised
Yeah.
very similarly in terms of like the morals that
Like when I have
your
it,
parents put
maybe
on
I'll
you.
spend it. Like my parents are very
Right.
much so like if you have it, you spend it. If you don't, then you can't. So you bonker down, and then even when you have it, you have to make sure that you got your backup plan. Because right now I'm saving a fuck ton, and it feels good.
Yeah, dude, it does. I'm in the middle of like one thing I really would like some.
I'll pay off those college fucking loans.
One thing I really
Fuck you. The
would
US
like
school system.
other individuals, I don't know, interpretation of it is so like I have a 401k set up, and so like every paycheck I have money going in towards that. but I'm stuck between trying to, like, I have money in my savings too, but I'm stuck between trying to keep putting money each paycheck, like small amounts or whatever, into, because I get paid weekly. So like if I were to do like 100 every time, it'd be like 400 or whatever. Doing that or doubling down and trying to pay off my debt as fast as I can and not save any more that I already have. So then once I'm done with that, I can save up for the 3 to 6 month emergency fund, and then I can start saving like for real and putting it in there. Because like, I don't know what it's like obviously right now, but I will. The feeling of being debt free has got to be one of the best fucking feelings you could ever have.
No, definitely. It's just so relieving.
It is. I mean, I can't imagine it right now, and I'm super excited to get there. But like, are you gonna get there and just be like, holy fuck, my money is doubling so much faster because I have nothing to pay right now?
No,
And
dude,
so it's like, what's the better route to take?
I'm thinking about, dude, taking a hard reset and just like setting aside my money to pay off everything in a very like timed, table, and just fucking doing that and just putting all my money that I have right now saved up towards that, because I'm like, until I'm living debt free, saving money is completely pointless.
Do you manage your money in terms of like measure your income, your
I measure
income expenses?
percent that I can save, like, because everyone, like, I don't just like, I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, I'll throw $200 in my savings right now because I know next paycheck I'll be okay if I don't have $200. I have a set amount that I set
Be
aside.
methodical about it.
Yeah, definitely methodical. I want to get a financial planner. One of my buddies is going into financial planning, and well, he's not going into, he's in it, and he's like does personal finance, and I mean, I'm just gonna fucking try to figure out some savings and stuff like that. So you have someone like that in your corner, might as well fucking send it.
Right.
Plus, it's not someone that is like gonna be leechy. I don't know. Plus, it's like
That's
it's
tough with
free
those
to-
guys
it's
too, because
free
they
as-
always
it's
gotta
free.
jip you.
No, I know that too, but like I'm not like, yeah, no, because they obviously they have a job.
Right.
And yeah, I respect that, but
Like, and I sometimes put stories that are way longer than they need to be, but I'm gonna make this story short.
who you? No. it's
Yeah.
fine. I really don't feel like you do that. But
My well, I appreciate that because I definitely feel like I do
except right
sometimes.
now,
Maybe I'm
get
getting
to
better.
what you're saying.
I know. So I mean, so my parents, they have a financial advisor, obviously. I think a lot of parents do, and this shit feels fine to say. So whenever they put their taxes in, they've literally just changed their financial advisor, I think this year, because when they brought their taxes to their financial advisor, you know how there's like a due date for that.
Mhm.
They brought it in the due date, and then the motherfucker charged them like a fee for being late. And they were like, this is why I love my parents, because they're like, I'm not going to take shit from you, like, if you did your shit wrong. And my parents are super methodical at, like, keeping track of emails, receipts, or whatever it may be, to, like, have physical data of, like, what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And they literally were just like, my dad called and was just like, no, fuck you. He was like, I literally brought this shit in, like, a month before it was due. It's not my fault that you guys couldn't get to it. And I'm like, most of the time, they probably don't get to it because they want that extra fee.
Yeah, no,
and I'm
seriously.
sure that fee goes directly to the financial advisor, not to their company. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty fucked up. And it's the same with like investing. If you find like a fucking shark and you're sitting there and you're trying to like be methodical about your investing, but they're just sitting there fucking you with like returns and everything, it's like you have to. That also comes with just having like be methodical about what you're trying to do, but it's also like they're out there.
Yeah.
You just have to know that, which
Everyone's out there to get
sucks.
money. I mean, money. If there's a certain
Money
amount
rules
of
the
money,
fucking world. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. But you have to be smart. You have to manage your own. You know.
I didn't know Iguodala was on the Heat.
Oh yeah, he was on there last year actually.
He was always the boy whenever I played 2K. I'd always fuck with him. Who was he on? Was he on the Nuggets?
He was on the Warriors.
Before the Warriors.
Oh, he was on the Nuggets and the Sixers. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a big fan of him. I would always just fucking utilize
He was
him.
the new AI after Allen Iverson.
I know.
A quick second on the Sixers.
Yep.
But
Tyler Hero's killing this shit.
Tyler Hero, shout out to the white boy who's with jumpers.
I know. Pretty good for his first year.
He told me next summer he's gonna fix my jumper.
You think they actually were friends before they got famous?
Fuck no, dude. Honestly, I literally I thought about this, and I was like, dude. So these guys are both white, killing it in what is indigenously a black man's game.
Fair.
And I was like, honestly, I feel like that's such layman's terms and so simplistic, but at the same time, tell me I'm fucking wrong.
No, I mean.
So a rapper and a basketball player, and they're like, we got to collab, bro. They literally look like each other. It's just that kind of like Jewy white boy. It's like 6 foot something, and like one has bars, one has a jumper. Let's collab.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's simple.
But
I
I
respect it though. But it's not even that they're both white. It's that they're both like, you know, they're both with shits.
Right.
Like Tyler Hero, this is how I knew he was the real one. Tyler Hero, NBA basketball player for Miami Heat, kills last year in the playoffs. Goes. Jimmy Butler, their best player, is like, man, I fucking used to do this and that. And then he was like, oh yeah, we used to swim across. Jimmy Butler goes, we used to swim across. And Tyler Hero goes, oh nah, bro, I can't swim. Jimmy Butler goes, oh, so you got some hood tendencies. I was like,
Oh my
dude,
God.
I never fucked with this man heavier until he told me he couldn't swim. Then I was like, dude, I think this guy might be my fucking spirit animal.
That's actually pretty funny that Jimmy Butler called him out on that shit.
Tyler Hero can't swim. I was like, bro,
Dude, I get
that's so funny.
mad respect to Jimmy Butler after the finals, and you just saw like,
He just shows you he's one of the best players in the NBA, and like you don't have to have the fucking
right. And there's that
gaudy
one
stats.
picture where he literally like it's like I don't know, the last like fucking 2 minutes or something. I don't know what he does. He did like a layup, but it just literally shows him leaning over the edge, just dog.
Oh, he's
fucking
dog tired. Oh yeah, he's dog tired. I saw that. He's
I
like
just-
over like the side scoreboard. There's no
Yeah.
fans there, so you know he's just like, I'm exhausted.
Dude, I respect effort so much.
Dude, to get someone like that and film like that, they're grinding.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what he does every day, every second. That's his job.
That just shows you how important practice is, though, too. Because if you don't practice
Bro.
like how you play, then you're kind of fucked. That's what I hate about high school. I mean, the high school I went to, like a lot of
Some things you can't simulate, but
right. Even jobs now, we talked about this before too. But even jobs now, it's like you're obviously not going to come across people with the same work ethic as you all the time. But when you do, you like kind of fucking cherish them. You're like, damn, this is like enjoyable knowing that I can tell you to do something or ask for your assistance, and they do it to the best of their abilities. Like, I'm not saying like if you don't know how to do something, you ask me, I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Da, da, da. Like, I'm gonna help you out because like I always started out not knowing something too.
right, yeah, no.
But it's like-
that's the thing.
When you just don't give, like you could see effort, and when it's not there, it's just like, why do I want to give you the time of day?
People that know what's even worse is fucking people that give effort. Like sometimes we can tell they're just skating by to like appease a certain someone in a group, and you're like, dude, I'm also fucking human. Fucking give that effort 24, not 20. I was gonna say 24 hours a day, but 24%.
No, I mean, it could-
100% of the day.
It kind of could turn into 24 hours a day because it's like, all right, most people when they get home from like their work, they're like so fucking upset, whatever, because they hate what they do, and then they take the anger out like on their spouse or something because they're like, I'm not.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, and like some of the self-help books I read, like granted they were like talking about like being like married and shit, and obviously I'm not there yet, but they were just saying like, take fucking 10 minutes just to fucking forget everything, and that's the important part of like living in the present is like, don't take the, because I'm pretty sure most divorces probably come from literally like outside anger. Like it's probably not with them. It's just like if you're angry all the time and it comes from
Mhm.
work, it's like, but most people don't see that, and like, and I analyze, I probably overanalyze, but I analyze everything about my life, and I don't know if that's a sign that like I want to be in control. But
No,
like,
they said there's a name for that when some people like have oh dude, I was just reading an article about this like a couple weeks ago where a certain percent of the population does a thing where they have their own internal dialogue, and there's a name for it, but they did like some, you know, nationwide polling or whatever, which obviously those are not that reliable,
right.
but it was something like 30% of people have an internal dialogue that are commensurate with what is like going on in their lives, and that kind of like makes them just a different like type of person. And there's a name for it. I can't fucking think of it.
Well, and you know how like
It's
I
been
used,
coined recently.
you know how I used to be like, if I'm not doing something beneficial in my time, I fucking hate myself and I could do better.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with someone who's like showing me the importance of
Internal
just like
monologue.
internal monologue.
What is internal? Well, it's not dialogue because dialogue is that's called schizophrenia. If it's not just you,
Yeah.
you're like, oh man, you're a fucking cocksucker. Monologue. And I spelled that right the first time for all you bitches out there. I mean, an internal monologue, also called self-talk, inner speech, inner discourse, or internal discourses, is a person's inner voice which provides a running verbal monologue of thoughts while they are conscious. It's usually tied to a person's sense of self. That last sentence was unnecessary, Wikipedia.
No, that's so.
But I do too. Absolutely.
I'm hanging out with someone right now. It's like showing me the importance of just like kind of just fucking being like just not thinking. And like I literally
You literally can't.
I've got to a point where like I just don't think. And I think a lot. I'm sure everyone else does too, but like I literally am now like cherishing that moment where I don't think. And I was hanging out with her, and we were doing something, and she was saying something, and I was like listening, and then like we stopped. And usually I like don't like to just have it be quiet. Like I'd rather just like if I'm with you, like my mindset's always like, oh, let's make it fun. Like I don't want to be bored,
Right.
So, or I don't want to make you bored. So let me just keep talking, which turns into me like asking questions or something, which also is not the best thing to do. And I got to a point where I just wasn't saying anything, and I literally had no thoughts in my brain, and I was just like, don't fucking think of something. I was like, let me fucking cherish this.
No, yeah.
And it was like I was
so sweet. I want to love you forever.
I was so into it. Let's go.
I want to suck your titty. No, so ask your process. What? No, I get exactly what you're saying, because I feel like when you find the right. This is such a. Now we're getting into the more, heartfelt portion of the
Do it.
podcast. But no, but actually, when you have someone that you feel like you don't have to think through every, interaction, that's fucking gold to me. That is
Yeah.
literally fucking gold to me. And I feel like that's something that will keep someone in a relationship for so long, is just the comfortability and just knowing that you don't have to think about your next thought, because guess what? You're fucking relaxing. But when you can relax with someone else, and your mindset can be in like this, non-guarded state,
Like your walls are down.
your walls are completely down, and it's like that's fucking the most wholesome shit ever, and I fucking live for those moments.
I think that's the craziest thing. Like,
Unguarded conversations are obviously unmatched. Everyone's had them with
Dude.
people that they don't expect to and people they expect to, and either way, you're like, that shit was fire. Let's do it again.
and that's why I like writing a journal, because it's like, what was I to go back, like think about? Say a month ago, I was extremely happy. Like I could go back and be like, what the fuck was I doing on a day-to-day basis to get that way? And it's like it ties into what you're saying though too. It's just like I think subconsciously, a lot of our walls are up, and when you finally can put them down, you don't know how to act, because you're like, well, this is weird, because I feel like I need to like be important or something like that.
Yeah.
And so like when the walls are put down and you're not used to it at first, it turns into this thing where it's like, what is it like? What am I feeling? I was like, what the fuck? I don't know what to talk about. And then you kind of like stress yourself out, and then as soon as you feel comfortable, you just don't, and you're like, holy shit, this is fucking
Yeah.
mind opening.
Dude, no, the way I approach, this is my tactic, so now people are going to pick up. The way that I'll approach every conversation, not every conversation I won't say, because I'm not always on my point like that, like I'm not always on my game, but like every time I approach like a new person I'm interacting with, is I usually just try to search for what makes them the most comfortable, and then like, if whether that's, your even kill is talking about sports or music or language or like just human interaction, like sociologically, yeah, I was trying to think of the adverb of that, but whatever the fuck it is, like when you can get into that state and get in that tune, like I honestly I won't consciously search for someone's tune, but like just subconsciously I'll search for their tune, and then like that's the vibe I always try to connect on the most. I feel like subconsciously, I'm not like sitting there analyzing it, but then like I said, when you're really not analyzing at all and you're just fucking, your subconscious is this sounds so fruity, but your subconscious, like your passive thoughts are in alignment with each other because of the way that you're like attacking a conversation or approaching it with like, open heart, open mind. That's when you can feel some gratification in knowing that, you're fucking, you're being
Real.
You're being honest. Yeah, you're just being fucking honest. And that is something that's extremely fucking satisfying for me personally.
No, yeah, I think
it's not it's gratifying.
I think that's the thing. Like, when you come across it for the first time and you're not sure how to act, like it's kind of overwhelming in a sense, and then like you accept it and you're kind of just like, this is fruity. But you're like, she's
a butterface.
This is fucking wholesome. You're like, damn, this is actually pretty cool to know that I don't have to try. Like, how like when you first start talking to someone, you want to impress them all the time, and like even when you're dating them or married to them, you want to impress them, whatever. But like when you have like the same mindset on like terms of like long-term relationships or whatever, you just get like the mindset where like you could just sit there and I don't know, like my dad, for instance, would be watching TV and my mom would read a book and then pure silence, and it's just like they're both loving the fucking shit that they're doing at the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like now, if you're like trying to date around and everything, you think, oh, what can I do to like make him laugh or make him fucking do something and it's almost like a selfish act though, because you're like, what can I do? Because like in a sense you're probably wanting that short-term enjoyment of like making them laugh, and you're like, oh, now I get a high from it, and it's like, just fucking relax a little bit, and it's cool. It's fucking weird.
It is.
But I don't know. I mean, we did talk about fucked up shit, real shit, and some wholesome shit.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah. Do we start out or do we end the episode with a fucking quote that we want to say?
Yeah, but I think when you do it, you should fucking do the echo. Has to be something that just fucking slams, and you have to use the echo feature. We have an echo feature on a little mixer here. So I want you to find a quote, and I want you to fucking put some goddamn flair on it, because I know you have it in you.
What kind of quote are we looking for? Wholesome? Fucked up?
Let's get a wholesome one that we can just fucking put some flavor on.
Okay.
Maybe a little spicy. Like some little DJ Khaled.
Like something quick or like these kind of look long?
Shorter. if it looks like a paragraph, then we're gonna not do that one.
It's cliche.
No, do it with the echo.
Really?
Let's get it. All right, hit it.
We're gonna end it on
This is
this right
cold.
here. Do I say it in a funny voice too?
Your own echo now.
No, not yet.
Funny voice.
All right, we got the echo now.
Echo.
No matter what you're going through, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's the sound of the police. All right, this is the Head Start Podcast. See you later, Chuds.